On October 4th, 2010, this show went on the air for the very first time. We didn't know what to expect or how it would turn out, but we did know that we would make history that night. And Saints Live became Siena's first ever weekly talk show, not to mention the fact that we were live for every one of those first 20 episodes. Tomorrow marks 1 year since that very first show, and a lot has happened since then. We met many new people, said goodbye to some as well. We got a new set, a new look, along with some new faces for this year. And joining me this season, our new co-host, Amanda Chanchuli, and our own Chelsea Brummagem will bring us sports every week as well. And finally tonight, we'll be joined by Jessica Rupert, a senior, who will talk about her experiences at Siena and her newest starring role in the Siena College Strategic Plan film. That's all happening tonight on Saints Live.
Welcome to the Season 3 premiere of Saints Live. I'm Amanda Chanchuli.
And I'm Joe Frumusa. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
Since you last saw us. We're kind of shaking just a little bit. You can see that it's very different tonight, what we got behind us. Our very own brand new set, courtesy of WTEN in Albany, the
it's
ABC
beautiful.
Station here. It is. We got a nice little graphic with a TV going here. So we're trying to break boundaries, make some stuff happen.
Yeah, different. Everything's different. It's great.
Your first episode as well.
How does it feel?
Just tell us, because I don't want to talk as much. We want to hear from you.
I'll talk. I'm so excited, right? I love being here with you, of course. I love SCTV, and I'm nervous, but we're doing good. It's gonna go well.
It's gonna go fine. We have a great guest tonight. We have it's just a fabulous motif in the studio tonight. A lot of people are here in the control room helping us out. It's going to be fun. A lot has happened this summer.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Let's think. Since our last episode, I remember there was the... never mind. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk more about this behind us now. We got a legit... I completely just went off thing on the first episode.
It's okay.
We have legit posters behind us. Okay, now if you remember, Keegan Hayes... back at 14th, 15th episode, if I get it correctly, showed us these posters. See one here, and if we go to Amanda's shot real quick, we can kind of see hers. It's in the corner over there. But we'll see that more later.
They were at the club fair, I remember that.
Yes.
They were selling their posters.
They were selling these posters.
They did a great job. They're
so
did. Cool.
They did.
I love them.
And I wish, hopefully Allison Dorchek and even Stephanie Clow is watching tonight.
I hope they're all watching.
Seeing what has happened around here.
We miss them.
We do.
Yeah.
And most of our crew is back, so we're very excited about that. Chelsea Brummagem is back with us.
Right.
She's going to do sports.
Excited to see her stuff.
It's been we don't really incorporate sports in the show.
We haven't before.
Yeah. So it's going to be something that we really are going to try to bring in.
It's different. Everything's different.
The news break is back. Pat Mantle will be bringing in video. Pat Mantle's back. Can you believe that? Everyone's back.
Everyone's back.
The gang is all here.
It's very exciting.
Other than that, we're pretty good to go. We're going to Chelsea's news break right now. This is the first news break of this show, but she's been doing a couple already this semester, and she looked at some campus news from last week.
Right, the news from last week, including the blood drive and the latest on the townhouse break-ins.
Take a look.
From the Foy Hall studio of Siena College Television, this is SCTV Newsbreak with Chelsea Brummagem. Your news begins right now.
Welcome to SCTV Newsbreak. I'm Chelsea Brummagem, and here's what's happening on campus. Students are reminded to keep their doors and windows locked following a burglary last weekend at a townhouse on campus. Public safety said the victims reported $300 missing. They emphasize the suspect is not a Siena student, but may have been socializing with students before the crime. While Colony Police investigate, students are urged to walk in groups, especially at night, and to report any suspicious activity to public safety. Siena students never turn down a challenge, even if it means drawing some blood, but not in the way you're probably thinking. The Red Cross Club sponsored a blood drive on campus that was known as the MAC Challenge. Every year, Siena students donate the most blood in the MAC, but this year, other schools were trying to take that title away. So students stepped up and gave their blood for a good cause, and also for some bragging rights. Students said that giving blood is an easy way to help people.
It's really not that difficult, and you can also meet people. It's just like a good cause and everything, and I like to see people donating. I couldn't donate today, but I usually do. It's really not as bad as people think, and it saves lives, so it's just really great.
This year, Siena donated 247 pints of blood to the Red Cross. Aside from the spirit of friendly competition, Siena students also came together to celebrate peace. The Damietta Cross Cultural Center concluded its Peace Week with a peace concert in the Maloney Great Room. Allie Souffle said the concert was a fun way to help students remember peace.
We definitely emphasize the peace portion of it and how, we're advocating for peace through song and just, being together and gathering for peace. So we keep on waiting.
Performances at the Peace concert included a duet of Allie and Father Dennis, a dance by Paige Maccabee, and vocal acts by Clarissa Capero, Megan Yee, and Gladys Velos. It's that time of the year again, the time where Siena celebrates its Franciscan heritage. The Feast of St. Francis kicked off this week with a dinner with friars on Tuesday and the Clare Center lecture by Father Russell on Wednesday. The topic of the Clare lecture was Get a Life, the Franciscan tradition and the education of a lifetime. Events continue into next week with the Blessing of the Animals on Saturday, the Transitus of St. Francis, a candlelight prayer service on Monday, and the Feast of St. Francis Mass and fireworks on Tuesday. That's all for this SCTV News Break. I'm Chelsea Brummingen. Have a great day.
Before we get to our guest, we want to remind everyone the Feast of St. Francis is tomorrow.
Right.
I remember last year, remember our first episode, it was the feast day that day?
That exact day, I remember, yep.
The fireworks were going off outside as we were going.
I know, I remember hearing them.
Hearing the fireworks, but now it's tomorrow, and we want to wish all the friars on campus a happy feast day as well for tomorrow. Tonight was the Transitus Mass, and which is a very important piece of the Franciscan culture,
right.
And Franciscan, the friars here at least on campus. You heard our guest's voice just recently in that campus news, the SCTV news break. Jess Rupert actually does the voiceover for the SCTV news break. She is here with us. Thanks for coming on tonight.
You're welcome.
First episode of the semester. How does it feel for you to be here, at least?
I'm a little nervous.
A little nervous.
Yeah. We're on the same
we are
page here.
too, because it's been a while. We're trying to get back into the groove of things. All this kind of just scares me a little bit because I'm so used to black
It looks
curtains.
good. Looks good.
Thank you. We're trying at least. We're trying. Something I didn't mention before. You're a creative arts major here, of course. Big into the theater. If you want to touch just briefly on why you're so heavy into theater here in Stage 3 here, and what are you doing this semester in terms of that?
Well, I've been on stage since I was young. My parents got me into ballet, but I came to Siena and I joined Stage 3 just because I wanted to continue what I had kind of dabbled in high school. Mm-hmm. And opportunities had arisen, and I landed my first big role in Into the Woods here, which I was the baker's wife, and it just kind of expanded since then. I was in Perfect Pie, and most recently Hamlet Iran, where I was Hamlet, which was the biggest thing that I had ever done in my theatrical career. But this year I'm actually not in any shows. My semester is completely packed because I have an internship this semester at MPAC, which is the Experimental Media and Performing Arts Center at RPI.
I remember you in Perfect Pie, by the way.
Oh, no.
I saw it for a class, and you were so good.
Oh, thank you.
But so what do you do at your internship? Like, what do you...
Basically, it's kind of whatever's needed of me. I've been on stage my whole time. I've never had any technical experience when it comes to theater, so currently I've been doing a lot of lighting, a lot of rigging, changing out lights, learning about the gels, different types of lights, and it's completely different to here because a lot of the spaces that we work in are state-of-the-art, completely it's like so involved. I mean, one of the grids that I go up on is about 30 feet up in the air,
wow.
and I'm just kind of standing on mesh, and I look down, and it's just the floor, and I've got these lights in my hand that I have to rig, and it's, you know, it's thrilling and awesome that I can do this, and I'm learning at the same time because I'm completely new with any technical aspect of theater. So it's fun, challenging, but fun.
Now, why Impact? What sets it apart from like other theater internships or opportunities here in the Capital Region?
I mean, I chose it because of the stuff that they bring in. A lot of the performances are state-of-the-art. It's very postmodern, which is what I'm looking at doing, a lot of performance art pieces. It's not your usual theatrical piece with people reciting lines in an audience. It's very, a lot of them are interactive. The show that I just worked on was, it was called 69 Degrees South with a company called Phantom Limb, and it was dancers on stilts with puppets. And the whole set was made out of paper.
Right
cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it was really fun to work with. I mean, the whole set was white, so I was a part of the run crew, and I had to wear a white Tyvek suit, which was new. Yeah, it wasn't the most flattering outfit, but it was fun. You know, you got to be a good sport.
As long as it's fun. Well, that's what's important.
I know.
I mean, we try to, every person we bring on, we try to talk about how at least a Siena education has better than, how's the theater program like enhanced your abilities, and has it made you more interested in theater?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why I chose Siena was that it was so small. And I had gotten to a few schools in the city and a few SUNY schools, and there was something about Siena when I came here. And I actually, believe it or not, did not step into the theater when I came for a tour.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even go in here. I was just looking at the campus and just the atmosphere, and I just loved it.
That's funny, because I came right here.
Oh, I walked right past it. I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, there's the theater. That's great. And I mean, I came here, and it, you know, it's converted from a gym. It's not the best theater. But, you know, the group's so small, and the professors that you have here and the directors that I get to meet are completely amazing, and they're so knowledgeable about the art. And if I had gone to a bigger school, I wouldn't have been able to have some of the relationships that I've built over the past 3.5 years I've been at Siena. So the theater program has definitely helped me come out of my shell a lot as an actor because of the relationships that I hold on stage with my fellow actors and then off stage with my professors, because I have them for classes, extracurricular. So it's basically a family. I mean,
Yes.
I know every theater says that, but Stage 3 is just such a big part of my life, and the people that I've met throughout the years, they still come back. The show this past weekend, there were people who graduated about 3 years ago, and they came back to watch the, you know, when they were seniors, a lot of people were freshmen, so they came back and to watch the show, and you know, that's the type of bond that you make, so it's nice.
I know you might have said this before, but were you into theater before you came here?
Yeah.
Okay, you were. So.
I dabbled in it throughout high school and middle school, and I've always loved it, and Siena has just kind of expanded my knowledge.
Right.
Going back to, she was talking about the Hamlet run before. You played Hamlet.
Yeah.
Interesting twist on the character.
Yeah.
Could you tell us briefly how that came about?
Well, it was basically all Mahmoud's doing. I mean,
Okay. Well,
I had him for documentary filmmaking, and I basically was kind of joking, saying that I was going to audition for Hamlet. And, you know, I'm going to walk in there, and Hamlet's going to be the character that I want on my audition sheet. And I just went in, and I auditioned, got a call back, and I mean, I walked into the cast list the next day, and I could not believe it. I think I called my mom, and I was like, hey, Mom, I'm Hamlet in Hamlet. And her reaction was, wait, isn't that a man? So, I mean, it was definitely something.
Common reaction.
Yeah. So, but it was a lot of fun, the most challenging thing ever. But, you know, it sparked my love in Shakespeare.
But the reaction to it was great as well.
Yeah.
So at least that's rewarding.
Yeah,
that's rewarding.
people loved it.
That's what we try to do here, get a good reaction from our show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little bit about your newest endeavor, which I had a little bit of involvement in as well. We're going to talk with Jess about that when we come back.
Looking for that perfect sub made to order? Want to taste what everyone is talking about? Then stop into the sub shop today to create your favorite sub. A variety of subs to choose from, or create your own. Fresh bread, baked daily. Your choice of vegetables and dressing. Enjoy one of our cold subs of your choice, or we dare you to try one of our delicious hot subs. Stop in today and taste the best subs on campus. You'll be glad you did.
The Sister Thea Bowman Center for Women has been bringing students and the community together since 2004. Through events such as the Cinderella Project, fair trade sales, book club, and service trips, students not only have a great time with each other, but work together to make a difference. Join the fun. For more information, visit us through siena.edu or like us on Facebook.
Now, I know some of you are kind of probably mad that we're not giving anything away tonight.
Oh,
First
sorry.
episode, so please cut us some slack.
Eventually.
We invite you to talk to us on Facebook, though.
Please do.
Well, this is
That's
something
so
we forgot to do
fun.
before.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
social media plug time? We forgot to do it before. Remember our Facebook, Siena College Television.
Mm-hmm.
Our email is sctv@siena.edu. What else do we? Our new website, sctvsaintslive.com.
Right.
So you can
Go
go
to
watch
that.
this
Yeah.
as soon as you go back home.
I
At
could.
least, or once we get it on YouTube, at least.
That's, yeah. My family's watching live.
They should be.
They went right
My
to the
family better
website.
be watching online.
Right.
So, you better. You told me you were going to. And of course, our Twitter is at SCTV Saints Live. We have all these things. We're trying to talk to everyone at once.
I know.
Though it's kind of dull right now.
I know. Come on, guys. Let's get with it here.
Get with it here.
Get with it.
Jess is back with us, by the way. We were talking before about the strategic plan film.
Right.
And you're kind of unfamiliar with this.
I'm unfamiliar, but I've been hearing so much about it from Joe and I know Ken too.
Yes.
I'm so curious.
I mean, I kind of know pretty much about it. Tell us exactly what it is and what is it for, really? Give us a little background about what the strategic plan film was trying to do. Basically.
Well, basically, the college came out with a new strategic plan, and basically the film is supposed to show you how 4 years at Siena College will nurture your education, your diversity, everything like that, and help you go out into the real world and find a career and have networking, but still be connected to the life that you had at Siena and the people that you've met. So it's all about, the education that Siena gives you and how you'll never lose connection with what you had here.
Now you have a starring role in the film. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And what you do in it?
Well, basically, over the summer, I got an email from Ken Juby basically just asking me if I wanted to be in a movie. And I read the email, and he spoke about the strategic plan, and I had no idea what he was talking about. And I was like, all right, sure, send me the script, and I'll look it over. And basically, I was like, yeah, of course, I'll do this. You know, I'd never been in a movie before. I'd helped with some friends who were making short films for their classes, but never a movie to this extent. And I got the role of teenage Claire, and it's basically her from high school to graduation, like throughout Siena, graduation, and then coming back to Siena after, I think it was a few years for their reunion, and just how she kind of went in the job market, her experiences here, and it just basically shows you the life that she had. And then actually Yvonne Perry plays the older version of me, so it kind of goes through the lifespan of this girl, and then you see her at the very end with a family and bringing, you know, how she brings her family life into Siena. So it's really interesting. I don't want to give a lot away, but it's basically how you just stay connected, and it's interesting. It was a lot of fun.
And we do have a small clip from the movie. Could you tell us a little bit about what we're about to see?
This is a clip where Claire is looking through a bunch of college applications, college acceptance letters, and her father comes in the room, and it's basically their conversation about where she should go and why she should go there, and that, you know, whatever decision she makes will be the decision that her parents will support.
Really is an interesting clip. We're going to take a look at that right now.
Bursting onto the scene right now, here's Green Day.
Claire,
Longview.
dinner's almost ready. Mom wants you to come down.
Yeah, I'll be down in a bit. I'm just going over the rest of this college stuff.
Have I told you how proud I am that you got into all these great schools?
Only every day.
Well, it's true. Your mom and I never went to college, so this is a new experience for us, too. We're just glad you're not looking too far away. Except for this one.
Yeah, Indiana may be a bit too far for me too, but all the rest of these are only a few hours away.
Close enough for a day trip.
And far enough away so I can clean my room before you get there. But really, Dad, I don't know which one's the right fit for me.
I have to help your mom with dinner. But remember, Claire, no matter what you decide, you know we're behind you. I'm sure you'll find the right fit, kiddo.
Obviously, I'm pretty sure she picked Siena.
Yeah, I think she picked Siena, yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about what it was like working with the people in the strategic plan film?
It was interesting. You know, I'm very used to working with a director and a bunch of actors and a stage manager. Right. So having, you know, makeup artists on set, people behind the camera, a boom mic, which was completely foreign to me until one was basically hovering over my head. And, you know, working with Dr. Blasting, I've had him as a professor for many years, and it was just really funny that he ended up being my dad in the movie. So it was just, the whole process of the thing was interesting, but, you know, everyone was very supportive and everyone got along pretty well. So it was just a fun experience, and I think we brought it together pretty well.
I think we did, and everyone will see that on Thursday. On Thursday is the big strategic plan launch party. We'll be here in the MAC.
Oh, you're going to be starring in that, right?
Yeah. I have a few short little quips in the movie as well. It's kind of a who's who of Siena in the movie, but we'd like to thank you, Jess, for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Wonderful what you do here, and you're graduating in December.
Yes.
So we wish you luck.
Thank you.
In your latest endeavors. The strategic plan film, after its premiere on Thursday, will be airing on SCTV. So take a look at that when it airs. We're going to head to another commercial break. We'll be right back.
Myself as the campus minister, or Father Greg as the chaplain, we are here to serve and meet the needs of the college students. So if you're here on campus and you want to see a program happen, and you're not sure exactly how to go about making it happen, or you would like to see our office be involved, we're here to help you do that.
You can call 518-783-2332 or visit siena.edu/chaplain.
I am Siena.
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 Siena College offers an exceptional private education with a unique foundation of liberal arts, career preparation, and Franciscan values.
We're talking about something new that we're having this year in sports. Chelsea did this once last year, but this is a recurring thing. And big week in sports, or big weekend at least. Big day yesterday. Tell us all about it. It's up to you now.
Okay, I'll take it from here. The MLB playoffs are in full swing. The National League Division Series, Milwaukee Brewers are up 2-1 over the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Philadelphia Phillies are tied with the St. Louis Cardinals. Game 3 in each of those matchups happening tomorrow. Looking to the American League, the Texas Rangers are leading the Tampa Bay Rays 2-1 after tonight's win, and the Yankees are tied with the Detroit Tigers. Yankees got off to a great start after a 23-hour rain delay. Robinson Cano hitting a grand slam in the bottom of the 6th to drive the Yanks to a 9-3 win in Game 1. Then yesterday, Yankees down 5-1 going into the bottom of the 9th. Game 1 hero Cano steps up to the plate with 2 on base, and he hits a grounder. Detroit wins 5-3. Game 3 of that series is happening as we speak. Score right now, Yankees up 2-0 in the top of the 3rd. And as if seeing the Yankees in the ALDS isn't enough to make Red Sox fans upset, they also have to wonder who will be leading their team next year. After blowing a 9-game lead in the American League wildcard race, manager Terry Francona has been let go. Francona said it was his decision to leave, but team owners also say they were ready to make a change. Under Francona, the Red Sox won 2 World Series titles. The first of those in 2004 ended the 86-year curse of the Bambino. Now the Red Sox and their fans have to wait to see what the future holds. Looking to football, everyone seems to be talking about the collapse of the Eagles. End of the first half, Eagles up 20-3. Seems like they've got everything under control. Michael Vick playing like a champion despite his injured hand, throwing for a career-high 416 yards and rushing for 75 yards. But unfortunately, the Eagles' defense fell apart in the second half, paving the way for the 49ers to win the game 24-23. Week 4 wasn't much better for New York's teams. The Jets face the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. Quarterback Mark Sanchez helped Baltimore's defense score more touchdowns than the Jets' offense. First Jets offensive play, Sanchez fumbles for Jameel McClain, takes it in for a touchdown. Then another fumble for Jarrett Johnson's touchdown, and finally an interception thrown into the hands of Ladarius Webb. He takes it 73 yards to put the Ravens up 17 points. Ravens win it 34-17. The Buffalo Bills also struggled against the Cincinnati Bengals. They lost 23-20 to end their hot streak, but luckily the Giants pulled out a win for New York on Sunday. Eli Manning saves the day, throwing 2 touchdown passes in the last 4 minutes to beat the Arizona Cardinals 31-27. And that's all in sports.
I'm very disappointed. Well, you're a Giants fan, so
Yeah.
it was a good day for you.
It was good.
I'm disappointed in Buffalo's performance yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't very
They-
good.
they were-
You were very upset about that.
I was very upset. They were up 14 points at halftime, and then they blew the lead.
Yeah.
Well, they beat the Patriots doing a similar thing 2 weeks before, well, a week ago. So
Didn't
I
pay
guess-
off this time.
No.
I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I really never have anything to cheer about.
Well, neither do I.
I'm actually excited there's a bye week, so I don't have to watch them lose again. It's really sad.
Well, this is the life of a Buffalo fan. So welcome to my life. And well, the Mets season's over. So Mets season, baseball is not over. But who's your AL, NL picks to at least go to the World Series? I mean, it's early now.
Well,
but,
I mean, I love the Yankees.
well, okay, all
I've
right.
grown up a Yankee fan. If I said anybody else, my grandfather would roll over in his
Okay, well,
grave.
give us NL because that's
I don't know. I'm kind of partial to the Cardinals.
okay. That makes
don't know.
sense. I mean, I don't like the Cardinals after back in '06.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them.
It'll be interesting.
Obviously, Yankees all the
series
way,
if they
though.
happen. Oh, absolutely.
Obviously.
One thing we didn't mention before, this weekend was family weekend.
Family weekend,
Did your
right.
family come this weekend?
My family came for a day.
A day.
A day.
My family was here for a day. Was your family around at all?
No,
Did you bring your dog or cat or anything for the
No.
blessing of the animals?
I missed the blessing of the animals.
I went home, actually, and the not-for-profit organization that my mom and I co-founded, we had our first big fundraiser yesterday. We raised over $1,000.
Wow.
So we actually had our own blessing of the animals at that. So
Good job. So there you go.
we tied in St. Francis with our
There
own
you go.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the point of Siena, to try tie everything in
sounds
together. Any big matches you think for next week that you're probably going to talk about next week at least?
I mean, I haven't really looked that far yet.
Yeah, she hasn't looked that far ahead yet.
I had to deal with this first.
Right. Get this.
I had to deal with this week.
Well, this week was a lot of fun, but then again a lot of work getting back into the swing of doing this.
Right.
And it came together pretty nicely with our new set and everything that we tried to do. How was it for you two at least, coming on and doing this first time?
I mean, everything was fine up until the second I walked through that door, and I started to go into my panic mode, but it's been good.
Well, I did the same thing last year when we
Yeah.
went on. First time. I'd like to thank everyone who has been writing to us on Facebook.
Yeah.
There's too many. I can't mention all of you.
There you
I don't
go.
see any mentions for you though.
That's fine. No one
So-
loves me.
No one loves. Well,
No
no
one
one loves
loves
me
me.
either. You like my jacket?
I love your wine jacket.
It's a wine-colored jacket. Is it purple or is it wine?
Wine.
I think it's wine.
Tell us on Facebook right now what color it is. What color is it? I get it. I love the
Wine.
fact that this TV is behind us. What do you think of our new set? I would like to ask your opinion on this at least.
It's a
before we
lot
go.
brighter. I like it a
It is.
lot. It's, the black really just kind of sucked everything in, and it was
Right.
really dark, and now it's nice. And I love the TV.
Mhm.
It's just,
It
it's
re-
so
it really is.
cool.
It makes the set.
Yeah.
It does.
And once again, we'd
perfect.
like to thank Channel 10, WTN in Albany.
Right.
Of course.
My place of work, actually, where they graciously donated this set to us. They have a whole new set coming up, all HD and everything, coming up in about a month or so. They donated this to us, and it's great so far.
Very nice.
I love it.
That's it for this week. Can you believe it?
I
We're
can't
done.
believe it. Oh my god.
Can you believe it? For Chelsea Brummagem, I'm Joe Frumusa.
I'm Amanda Chanchuli.
Have an excellent